Hey stars, this is your teacher, Miss Moreira. I'm getting ready to help you tackle literacy today. I'm so excited to share this article with you. However, before we begin, let's make sure we're ready. First, make sure you have a pencil and a notebook with you. It's important that as we read, you make notes of important information by writing it down, maybe jotting down any burning questions you have or any new words. Talking about new words, before we get started reading the article, let's preview some vocabulary. Geographic, stigma, xenophobia, and decline. Please open up your notebook and write these words down. While we read, you can fill out what they mean. All right, let's get started. The title of my article is The Effects of Referring to the Coronavirus as the Chinese Virus. Why don't you stop now and write down a prediction in your notebook what you think this article will be about? Now, let's read the article. Where does coronavirus get its name? By now, you've probably heard of a disease called coronavirus. It's all over the news, your parents are most likely talking about it, and cities and schools are taking steps to prevent it from spreading. The World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention refers to this virus as COVID-19. This stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. The word coronavirus comes from the Latin word corona, which means crown. This is because of the way the virus looks under a microscope, like there's a crown on top of the virus. So why do we hear people like President Trump and other Congress leaders refer to it as the Chinese virus? Does that mean that all Chinese people have it? Remember to use the text and graphic features to help you better understand. If you scroll down, you will see a picture with a caption underneath it. This is a picture of the coronavirus under a microscope. The red triangles are referred to as the little crowns on the virus that give it its name. Should we call the coronavirus the Chinese virus? According to the New York Times, President Trump defends his language by saying, "It's not racist at all. It comes from China. That's why." While it is true that the first case was discovered in Wuhan, China, some experts say that naming viruses after geographic locations or groups of people is not accurate and can start stigmas about people from China. Stigma is discrimination against an identifiable group of people, a place, or a nation. Stigma is associated with a little knowledge about how coronavirus spreads and a need to blame someone. Stigmas hurt everyone by creating more fear or anger towards ordinary people instead of the disease that is causing the problem. What do we do when we see highlighted words in a text? That's right, we know to look at the bottom of the text for their definition. So let's take a quick look at what these words mean. Geographic, adjective, relates to geography and refers to the features and locations of an area. Stigma, a noun, discrimination against a specific group of people, a place, or a nation. Asian Americans facing hard times. Experts say that misinformation about the coronavirus has led to racist and xenophobic attacks against Asian Americans or anyone in the U.S. who looks East Asian. Asian Americans have reported that people have been calling them mean names and using physical abuse because of the stigma that China is the cause of the virus. Also, many Asian American businesses are struggling right now. They are seeing a big decline in customers. The main reason for their loss is because many customers relate them to the coronavirus outbreak. Now, let's take a look at the first word, xenophobia. Looking at it, I can already identify what the suffix phobia means. It's an extreme fear to something. Think of claustrophobia, the fear of small spaces, or arachnophobia, the fear of spiders. I'm sure you've all heard of these before. According to the vocabulary here, it means the fear or dislike of strangers or unknown things. Xenophobia can make people jump to conclusions and stereotypes about others who are seen as different. Let's take a look at the next word, decline. It says here that it's a verb, and it means to become smaller, fewer, or less, to decrease. Another strategy that great readers do is go back to the text and look at the context of it. The sentence before it says that many Asian American businesses are struggling right now. We know that the word to struggle means to not do so well, to need help. So if we're seeing a big decline in customers, it's safe to infer that the word decline means to go down, to struggle, to not be doing so well. What can we do to help? People can fight stigma and help others by providing social support. Fight the stigma by learning and sharing facts with your friends and family. Communicating the facts that the virus does not target specific racial groups and how the coronavirus actually spreads can help stop stigma. The last thing you can do is support your local Asian American business in your community. Now that we've read the article, it's time to reflect. However, before we move on, I suggest you go back to the text and reread on your own, or replay this video to help you get a better understanding of what we just read about. Are you ready? The question is, in your opinion, is it wrong that people are referring to the virus as the Chinese virus? Why or why not? Make sure to give 3 examples and use the text evidence to support your answer. Here are some resources you can use to help better your response. First, great writers always want to make sure to use race. R stands for restate the answer. A, answer the question. C, cite evidence. And E, explain. Second, you want to make sure to use your opinion sentence starters to help frame your thought. Use one of these to introduce your topic. Lastly, here are some transition words you can use to enhance your writing. Remember, great writers use transition words to help with the flow of their writing. After you finish your writing, make sure to reread it for any grammatical errors and to make sure it has a nice, smooth flow. You can also read your writing to your family and share your opinion with them. Don't forget, you can send your writing to Miss Lee through Google Docs when you're finished. All right, get to it.